Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
Rohil Jethmalani ji. He has taught immersive transformational courses in Morocco, Bali, and India. He's also beginning a master's program in neuroscience this year to understand the scientific basis behind the various practices of yoga. He has spent long periods of time over the past few years with various teachers learning Ashtang in the traditional Mysore style as well as classical Hatha yoga with his teachers in Mysore and Rishikesh. He believes that yoga is not simply a physical practice and strives to highlight the philosophies that underlie these rich and sacred traditions, using yoga as not only a tool for physical transformation but also to affect deeper mental and spiritual change. So, his topic of presentation was, I have to use was now, trends in yoga and how the career landscape is changing. Right, Rohilji?
So basically, today actually I was talking about the trends in. I created my talk for the trends in yoga, and I've sort of combined. I know that a lot of you have already spoken a lot about the inner journey that we go through in yoga, and I think my talk will complement very nicely. Basically, the sorry, somebody else's. Okay, yeah. So my talk is basically about how the yoga landscape is changing, and I think that yoga is not only just a spiritual practice, but it is a tradition. And being a tradition, I think any spiritual tradition, whether it's yoga, it's qigong, it's Taoism, it's Amazonian shamanism, these spiritual traditions are only as powerful as they are relevant to the society, to the culture, to the people at that time. And I think that something that the ancient rishis in India got right in some ways is that they were able to create a tradition, not only just spiritual practices for the people that help people connect with themselves, but also a tradition um, that allowed them to somehow navigate through the politics, the economics, the every aspect of life. So I think that is really the power of a spiritual tradition, is not only to awaken the individual, but to also take care of the economic, political, all aspects of life of its people. And this is what I think, as yoga is now really growing, and a lot of, I would say, I'm just saying yoga because it's really a time where these traditions are going out into the world. And I think a lot of us have to also think about, some of us at least have to think about how these traditions are going to impact society, how we are going to be relevant to society, to the society that we are in. And I think today, especially with regardless of whether we like it or not, technology is growing more and more. It's proliferating. There is I think in the next century, we're going to see a lot of brain enhancement technology, brain enhancements. Already, our smartphone is already, in a sense, a brain enhancement. We can Google anything that we want to, we can pick up any kind of information. It's getting a lot easier for anybody to pick up knowledge and information. And I think the next step is that that technology will be a part of us. And though many of us might reject it, I think in the long run, uh, this is the way the species is evolving. And I think with not only with just technology enhancements, also if you look at genetic editing, and a lot of people are going to first of all edit their baby's genes for removing the likelihood of certain diseases. If you have some genetic diseases like Down syndrome, autism, etc., you would probably gene edit for that. And then eventually it will sort of move on to editing to get a cut over the rest. I mean, it just has to be one country that starts it, one country that says, I'm going to edit my children so that they are much smarter. And what will happen in one generation is that, uh, I don't know, corporations and companies will want to hire these people, and then it'll become a race where everybody will follow through. And so I think this is really where something that I feel is missing is how can we position as healers, as teachers, as spiritual leaders, how can we position ourselves uh, to inform the world about these kind of decisions? How can we get involved with making these kind of decisions for which will affect uh, not only individuals but will affect the entire society as a whole? So I think that is where the career landscape in yoga is changing, and is that uh, spiritual leaders and individuals like us really, apart from doing our work to help other individuals, but also to get into fields that we are not familiar with, to get into I don't know, it can be artificial intelligence, it can be and not in terms of actually, you don't have to work for those corporations, but actually being a part of, in some ways, the maybe founding or being part of an ethical board that is overseeing how these things are changing, how these laws, how these practices are evolving. And I think uh, this is something I was not introduced, but just to introduce myself briefly, I am at the moment pursuing
Rohil ji, just I'm interrupting here. You don't need to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll introduce you. Please continue with your talk.
Okay. I just want to say that I am doing a master study in cognitive science, and I'm attempting to study yoga and meditation and its impact on our nervous system for depression, for different ailments, and using neuroscience and other scientific methods to sort of merge that science and yoga. And through this course, I've met a lot of people who are, of course, into other aspects of when you say cognitive science. Not everybody is into spirituality, and a lot of them are into artificial intelligence and all of these other fields. And I think that at least for me, my path is to, in some ways, collaborate with such individuals and to come up with. I think there's a real need to look far ahead, because, like the rishis of the ancient times, they were not only involved with making sure that people were happy and free from suffering, but they were also guiding the way in which the society was developing. They were also managing the politics, the economics, the long term. And I think, especially as the human species, we are changing so rapidly. We are going through such a transformation at this point, not only spiritually but also technologically. Also, the way everything is evolving, it's the pace is far beyond what any single individual can comprehend or can access. So yeah, that's
And since he has finished off with his talk also, here comes his certificate of appreciation. The World United proudly presents Royal Jethmalani ji for being an esteemed presenter in the third edition of the World Parliament on Spirituality 2020 Asia. Congratulations.
thank you so much. Yeah.